country that borrows to pay salary or borrows for consumption, and still yet some people get away with public funds and nothing happen, what is the fate of that country? Good morning, this is Nigeria Now on Equa TV International. I am Sambo Solomon, and with me today I have Lois Tureki.
Good morning.
Good morning, Lois.
How are you doing this morning?
Yeah, I'm fine.
It's a rainy Thursday.
Little bit cold though, but I think the weather is okay.
Yeah, that's good for every other day.
Yes.
Yeah, and just to say a little about the issue, the PDP issue, that's talking about Wike and Atiku. We saw, according to reports, that Atiku Wike went to meet Tinubu for a meeting, and then today Atiku flew out to London to meet Wike to maybe talk more on the issues, their feud.
Okay, issue of the party.
Of the party, how it has been the issue between Wike and the PDP. And talking about the PDP, you talk about Atiku, that's their presidential flag bearer. And then, I don't know, it's this issue between them is still dragging and all of that. I don't know how Atiku plans to tackle it when he lands in London to meet Wike.
Yeah, I think it's a good step. It's a good step because my own worry is that he allowed it to linger like too long. Why this time? Like, I think it was something that he would have just acted swiftly. Whatever it is, just talk it out. Like I will always say, Wike is somebody that you cannot just throw him and just wave him. He's a heavyweight when you come to Nigerian politics. He's a heavyweight. Looking back to his antecedents, and when you look at what the youth now are clamoring, it's all tilting towards people like that. Because people now don't even care about party. Now they are looking at your antecedent. Who are you? What have you done? What are you doing if you are in position? What can you show to the people and say, this is what you have and you have to show, and then tell people to go and verify, because people now are going back to dig deep to verify verify facts, to verify claims, to bring out facts and figures, and I think it's very, very key. It's very important. Then it was business as usual, but now people are getting more enlightened. People are getting more involved in the affairs of governance. If you say government is for the people, by the people, and then how do they put it?
Government for the people, by the people, and
okay.
Well,
it's just to say what
it's government for the people.
Government for the people.
Yes.
Yeah, you understand. So people now are taking ownership. Yes, people are taking ownership. It is very important. I just hope that they will find a soft landing. But my own opinion, I just feel he allowed it to linger too long. He would have just tackled this issue. Now, people are just waiting for Wike to just give them direction.
Yeah. Not
about party, but about credibility.
Yeah.
Like, just imagine Wike now saying, "Okay, I'm still in the party, but I think this person is somebody that the youth." And then people that yearn for change and people that want new Nigeria should look out for, should follow. All people will just look into that direction. I think, and I believe that's the fear. And you see, that is why he's having all of this romance. Like, people will say he's the bride of the moment. Yes, why not? If you can influence, and positive influence, I think it's a good thing.
Well, I stand with you on that he had allowed it to linger for so long. I just hope they try to find a common ground to settle their issues and their differences for next year's elections. But then
wish them well.
Yeah, definitely. Well, earlier you talked about public funds being mismanaged, And then reports came in that the EFCC arrested NDDC's account director over alleged 25 billion naira fraud. And then we know before now, some months ago, the Accountant General was taken into for 80 billion naira fraud, and which he was granted bail alongside 3 other people because of that. And then still, investigation is still ongoing about that particular issue. And today we have the issue of the NDDC's account director over $25 billion fraud. And this these are public funds. We talk about ASU being on strike because of money they are looking for, you know, to settle some of their issues, especially the issues of infrastructure in the universities and all other important equipment and maintenance and all of that things you can mention that they need. Talking about their arrears, talking about salaries and increments and all of the things, the IPPS, the UTAS and all of those issues that ASU have been clamoring for. They've been fighting for the 2009 agreement that they are still asking the federal government to do the needful for them. So we've seen that these funds now, this funds is supposed to be used for, of course, NDC is for Niger Delta Development Commission, yes. And then this 25 billion tax remittances have been allegedly diverted for God knows what. Now, an investigation is still ongoing. EFCC are still on the case, and I know it will linger as it's used to be in Nigeria. Definitely, you know how things can be when it gets to the judiciary. That's how it takes a long time, and sometimes at the end of the day, we just sweep it under the carpet, and then we don't hear anything about it. But talking about this particular issue, I hope it will not be like the others. Like, it should be done accordingly. At the end of the day, let's see that if they are guilty or not of this particular alleged fraud of 25 billion naira, so that we will know that funds that are being used, that are supposed to be used for public usage, will not be used for an individual. We know how things are talking about corruption and how this particular administration has been trying to fight corruption, bringing the single treasury account, the issue of IPPS and all of that. But we've seen that some of these things people have found ways to still compromise these setups that the government had to fight the issue of corruption and the issue of fraud in this country.
You say when the issue of EFCC arresting Master Ino Ubi came to the limelight, I started asking myself, okay, this is just an individual. And then they just discover it. And this is just one ministry. Take for instance other parastatals and ministries that we have, and then look at this one is just maybe at the top. You're not talking of the ones at the bottom, because this one already is a director.
Yes.
So that means the level of the corruption up there, that's the kind of money you hear, billions flowing. And this one, you know, it tax remittances, you divert them, alleged though.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, we are hopeful that EFCC will not just play with this issue and then at the end of it is being swept under the carpet, and then you will not hear about it again. Because cases like this, these are cases that linger for too long. You hear 10, 15 years on such cases. At the end of it, you know, you will hear the issue of plea bargain, or you don't even hear about it entirely. 25 billion. And then you look at ASU are on strike for 6 months now. And then government is saying they don't even have money to give these people. But one person is working that much amount of money, 25 billion. you alone, if you are to spend 25 billion with your family, like, why would you steal money? Or I can't just figure it out. A money that you cannot use, like you cannot finish it. Why? Depriving other people. And these monies, they are not yours. Taxpayers' money. Okay, talking about the Accountant General.
Yeah.
80 billion. Based on the research, based on ASU demand, their agreement, what they're asking from federal government is federal government should give them 220 billion every year to cover all the allowances, infrastructure, and the rest. Is that too much for a university system of a country to ask of that? And don't forget, it's not only federal university, but both federal and state will benefit from that money. And we saw when Goodluck Jonathan approved the payment of 200 billion to them, we saw the changes, in some of these universities, and even the students were happy because there were like developments going. You see buildings left, right, and center springing up, and youth and the student are beginning to have a kind of sense of belonging, beginning to feel like, yes, the federal government now are ready. Okay, since 2009, that Goodluck Jonathan, approved 200 billion for them. Since then, nothing has been paid until the new regime. And they have been following. And that's why they said, why are you insisting on the issue of this 2009 agreement? 2009 agreement, yes, is an agreement, is an MOU being signed between us and the government. You are still government. You are federal government. It's just like you are a different party, but you are still federal government. I think by now, we should be talking about 300 billion, 400 billion. Like an increase from 2009, and we are still talking 220 billion or thereabout. But since then, they are just being paid once. And then since the coming of this government, they only pay them 70 billion. Since then, only 70 billion. And you ask yourself, is it a deliberate action for the government to crumble education? And then when you look at it, somebody is taking 80 billion and the federal government is giving us 80 billion in 7 years.
When you talk about all these things and then you start wondering how some of these things are being done, you wonder, who are these people and don't they have conscience? We see these politicians take their children out of this country to school in different parts of the world. And then you go to public universities in this country, you check the infrastructure. In one lecture hall, you see over 200 students. Some of them are sitting on the floor. Some of them can't even hear what the lecturer is saying.
Yes.
And then these lecturers are saying, this is not okay. We should be able to have a proper place for these students to enjoy basic knowledge. They should be able to listen to their lecturers when they teach them in class. And then you go, the whole place is just somehow, and then ASU has been saying, okay, do this for us. Let's get this out. If the money are even consistent, that being paid consistently, I think ASU will go on strike lesser than the way they always do. But then these things are not being, you said during Goodluck Jonathan, they paid 200 billion.
200 billion.
And since then, they were only paid 70 billion. You can compare it.
In 7 years.
In 7 years, 200 to 70 billion, which is not enough for anything. And then we see people that are taking public funds for themselves. Money, like you said, they can't even finish it. We've heard stories of notes that were cold wherever it was being kept. It was destroyed because they took a lot that they can't even use. And people are out there, people are wallowing. The economy is going down by the day. When you go to the market, the food, prices of food and commodities are there. You can't even, today when you go, the amount is different from when you get tomorrow. And all these funds are being taken by people. The NDC, Niger Delta Development Commission, is a federal government agency established by Nigerian president, that was Olusegun Obasanjo, in the year 2000, with the sole mandate of developing the oil-rich Niger Delta region of Nigeria. And in September 2008, President Umaru Yar'Adua announced the information of a Niger Delta ministry, with the Niger Delta Development Commission to become a parastatal under that particular ministry. One of the core mandates of the commission is to train and educate the youth of the oil-rich Niger Delta regions to call hostilities and militancy while developing key infrastructure to promote diversification and productivity. These are the key mandates that were given to this particular parastatal when it was commissioned in 2008 under President Muhammadu Buhari. And when you're talking of the Niger Delta issues, when you talk about it, you talk about President Umaru Yar'Adua and the things he did for that particular region, the amnesty and everything. You know, at that point, people were happy with what he did and all of that. But today, we've seen that IPOB has come out, and then a lot of issues have come. I don't even want to go into the issue of IPOB right now. But then we've seen that a lot of issues have come up from the Niger Delta because of the misuse of funds coming from the oil-rich states in the country. And all these things, they're not what we need at this point in time. We're looking at elections coming. We're looking at a lot of things. We are looking at people that will do the needful in this country. And then we are having distractions, because as far as I'm concerned, this is a distraction that is coming to this, all this process is going on. And so it's just a lot of things that are going on right now in this country. And then this issue is just like they don't have any kind of conscience taking all this money, even if it's not proven right now. But then just think about it.
You know, I try to look at some corruption charges, you know, in our country, Nigeria. You know, we have Ramat Mesimba, alleged offense, you know, 4.5 million. And then you have Olisa Metu, you know, with 400 million naira. You have Aziz Adeshina, you know, with the alleged, okay, that one is a cyber
crime.
Yes. We have Senator Albert Bassi with 204 million. You have them like uncountable. They are there. These are cases that some of them are just lying. I wish we could just spread them, and then at the end calculate the amount, and then you see what ASU are demanding and what other parastatals and ministries are demanding, you know, for them to run efficiently, you know. But we don't see these things coming, and then we hear people, you know, getting away with such kind of and you see, the problem is that when you hear issues like this, people just said, is there time? After all, we had about so person that stole this billion, this million, and the rest, and then this person is still being celebrated in our society today, being invited in public functions, important one for that matter, you know. And then you see these people speaking, and then you begin to wonder what kind of like life, what kind of role modeling are we giving to the younger ones that are coming? That's why the youth will just feel like it's normal. But thank God for this youth of this generation now, that they feel, yes, it is important. Now we should take the lead and then make our country better, take charge of our country, get involved in the affairs of election, in the affairs of governance. Let's know who govern, or do you have the capacity? What's your antecedent? Where are you coming from? Are you a patriotic Nigeria? Because we just have to check distance. If not, I'm telling you, Nigeria is going nowhere. But thank God, because the youth have seen the need, to really take the bull by the horn, by the horn. And I think it will help this country.
It's really important that we all hands to be on deck for these things to take place. That's talking about the youth waking up and knowing that we need competent people. We need people that we don't just follow parties. We need people that will take us to where we want to be. We need people that will change the narrative in this country. The issues, so many issues we have in this country, we need people that will deal with them for us. And so it's good that the youth have woken up and they are trying to do the needful. And if you think politics is not your business, government policies is your business, because it will affect every other person. If you think you cannot go and vote, if you think you don't want, there's no need for you to cast your vote on that day, government policies will definitely deal with you. When the economy is going down, it's going down with all of us. When it's going up, it will go up with all of us. So every other person needs to know that we need things to be done rightly, and every other person has to be involved in it, whether we like it or not.
It's true. This country is for all of us. It's not for few selected people. So we have to all put our hands on deck and then do the right thing. We shouldn't be quiet. Let's speak out. Say our mind on things that is really eating us up and things that are really dragging us back as a country. Do the right thing. Thank you for joining us on today's show on Nigeria Now. Do well to connect with us tomorrow, same time, same station. Please do well to hook up with our other programs. Thank you, and God bless you.